Hello, I'm Wendy Stevens and I'm with Macro Pro, a record retrieval company. And part of what I do is host our ever so popular Macro Pro and Friends. These are educational events, and I host the events in the East Bay in beautiful Northern California. Not only do we host Macro Pro and Friends throughout California, but we host them nationwide as well. And during our events, we are fortunate. We are so fortunate to work with some pretty amazing people. And we're lucky enough to call them our Macro Pro friends. And I feel like I'm lucky enough because I get to call them my friends. Recently, we've been spotlighting some of our Macro Pro friends. And today, our Macro Pro friend spotlight is on Kolleen Dockins. She's with Imber Court Reporters. Hi, Kolleen. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Wendy. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, I'm so happy that you could join me today. It's nice to see a beautiful smile and a warm face because right now we're not seeing much of anything. And I kind of feel like this is my magic mirror into the outside world and I get to visit with wonderful people.
The new normal.
It feels like that. So I wanted to ask you a couple of questions today and get some information about Imber Court Reporters. But Kolleen, I want to know a little bit about you and then how actually that you came to be with Imber Court Reporters.
So in 10th grade, it was my typing teacher that suggested, have you looked into court reporting? Because I was typing over 100 words a minute in high school. And they actually got me my first job at 15 and a half in a law office. I was meant to be in the law. So I then went to court reporting school after high school. I have been a reporter now for 24 years, and I have been with Heather Imber for 13.
Wow, that's awesome. I used to think that I was pretty slick when I could type 50 to 60 words a minute, and I can't even imagine on one of your court reporting machines how fast you type.
That would be 200 words a minute, Wendy.
Did you say 200?
200.
I think I felt the wind as the breeze just blew by with all those words per minute. That's pretty awesome. Tell me, when did you begin the client relations portion?
Yeah, so it's probably about 8 years ago. Heather was still just delivering her holiday goodies to her clients herself, and she was starting to grow her business. And she knew that I already brought, sometimes a little goodie to my attorney that I was working with. So I started to help her deliver some of the goodies, and then we decided to exhibit at a conference. So our very first conference was Dana Point, and we ordered a couple banners. We showed up not knowing what we were doing. We knew nobody, but we had the best time getting to meet people and learn the industry. And we have now continued to grow so much since then, and so thankful for all the people that we know now.
Isn't it wonderful? The first conference that you attend can be a little bit overwhelming, but the workers' comp industry, especially in California, is so warm and welcoming, and they really, I feel like they want everybody to do well. So I'm happy you actually attended that first conference.
Mm-hmm.
So then my next question for you is, did I hear in that last statement that you said you loved what you do and you loved where you're working?
I do love what I do. And people always ask me, do you like being a court reporter more, or do you like doing the client relations? And honestly, I can't pick one. I love both. In both of them, I get to do something different every day, and I get to work with our clients, and that is my favorite part of it.
Don't you think when you love your job and you love where you are working that really it doesn't feel like a job or it doesn't feel like work?
Absolutely, because I truly enjoy what I do.
It kind of feels like you're getting so much accomplished, but having that enjoyment part, that's a big deal. So good for you. Can you tell me, Kolleen, a little bit about Imber Court Reporters?
Yeah, so Imber Court Reporters is a nationwide company. We are a women business enterprise and a small business enterprise. And this year, we're celebrating 20 years in business.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So Heather Imber started this company in her living room working off a TV tray. She was a reporter that had a few of her own clients. She would bind the transcripts herself and hand deliver them to the defense attorneys. And then she had Kim Lewis, who is helping her do some of the admin work. Kim Lewis is still now our operations manager, managing our 22 full-time staff at our headquarters in Valencia, California.
Well, that's awesome. You guys like twos. 20 years, 22 years of service. That's pretty awesome. I think I heard you say that you're a woman-owned business and a small business enterprise as well.
Yeah, so we had those certifications, and some clients are sometimes looking for those, so we check those boxes. We are certified women business enterprise and small business enterprise.
Oh, that's awesome. What are the services that Imber Court Reporters offer?
So we offer nationwide court reporting services, and we also have many complimentary conference room locations throughout the state of California. And during these times especially, we are also doing many Zoom depositions, and we're also doing in-person depositions. Our conference room locations are open, so we are ready to make sure there are no disruptions in any of your depositions.
I think that's wonderful. That is an important thing. And it's really, you are a good resource for claims handlers and attorneys to have on their desk, because not everybody can provide services without interruption. So good for Imber Court Reporters. Then I just wanted to touch, I know what's kind of obvious, that you had sent a copy of the transcript to the attorney who took the deposition. Who else has access to that? Is it just willy-nilly to anybody, or does somebody have to have a password? How does that work?
So all employers and adjusters have access to the transcripts at any time. So all they need to do is contact our office, and if it's their defense attorney who took the deposition, we can email them a PDF complimentary.
Wow. And pretty quick turnaround time?
Very quick. We have an average of a 7 to 10 day turnaround time on transcripts.
Wow. You type fast, you work fast, and you're quite lovely to speak with. So that's impressive. I gotta say, Kolleen, you're checking some pretty high boxes on my checklist. I love that. I do want to, before we wrap up, I want to ask you one more question. I know that in the industry of workers' compensation, well, really in any industry, people say all the time, my company's the best. We're the very best. I tell people all the time who will listen, and probably some who don't really want to listen to me, that MacroPro is the best in record retrievals. And then I explain why we're the best. So my question to you, Kolleen, is what makes Imber Court Reporters stand out from the rest?
So I truly believe in my heart of hearts that we have the best service and reputation for what we do in this industry. I wouldn't do the client relations part of this if I did not believe that. I would be my court reporter. I'd have that hat on all the time, but I love doing both because I know how good we are. Plus, I get to work with and for Heather Imber, who is not only my boss, but she is also a dear friend.
Well, I just have to say that that's pretty impressive. And just that you get to do both sides, you get to do the court reporting side as well as some of the marketing. I just think that's so wonderful. And it probably enhances the love for what you do and where you work, right?
I really understand the industry and what our service is.
Oh, I think that's absolutely wonderful. Now, I just need to let you know, Kolleen, that I appreciate you, and I appreciate the friend that you are to MacroPro. And I just, right? I just wanted you to know that we appreciate you, and we appreciate that every time we call on you, that you just step right up and say, I'm here, what can I do to help?
Well, we really appreciate all your support you give to all of the vendors out there.
Well, thanks very much, Kolleen, and be well.
Thank you.